Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are standing in front of Beale Street. We're about to wander down Beale Street and South 2nd Street. So we're standing on the corner in Memphis, Tennessee.
That's very cold.
It's very cold. There's snow and ice on the ground, and we're about to go for a bit of a walk, see what we can find on Beale Street. This is famous for B.B. King and Elvis and all sorts of people. Jerry Lee Lewis, I think, were born and raised in this area, down this street with music and performed here and all sorts of things. So anyway, here we are. It says over there, the home of the blues. I'll show you that. There we go. Home of the blues, Beale Street. And a bit of a look up that way. Memphis Music, Blue City General Store. It looks like it might have some interesting stuff. Record souvenirs and musical gifts. I think we'll be able to find something there. Oh, look, I'm already in love with the toilet seat. I think we need one of them in Australia. The guitar toilet seats.
They've got things on the ground.
They have got music notes on the ground. Beanie time. Beanie's written on here, like the Memphis Horns and Bob Harding, Mary and Mosby, the Staple Singers. Being written down here. Yeah, it should be. We'll go over the sunny side of the street soon. Schwab dry goods. Apparently you've got to go here and go to the grocery store and get yourself a soda. But a lot of things seem to open at 10 or 11 here, so we might be a little bit early. There's the soda fountain, Schwab soda fountain.
It looked like the Peabody had breakfast. You see people. Is that far to walk?
I'm not sure. Straight up that street we came second. It's Stalin. You wanted to say something? Up here is the Rum Boogie Cafe. I'm sure that featured somewhere in a movie. I don't know. You always get that feeling in America. Was that in a movie? So we're walking up the cold side of the street. We'll probably come back the warm side of the street. We're going to take a bit of a walk back from Beale Street and head towards the Peabody, we hope.
Well, that says Peabody Place. It must be.
Oh, look, there's a standby. Hooters. Hooters! There's a Hooters everywhere. So we found the Peabody. There it is. We're going to walk along here and, well, basically we're going to see if we can find some breakfast somewhere. And since Beale Street didn't have a heck of a lot open till 11, we thought we'd come back here and try the hotel. The Peabody's interesting because they have some ducks that apparently live in the hotel that make their way from upstairs to where they lived to downstairs.
It says hotel.
So we're in front of Lansky Brothers, who was a clothier to the king. We actually saw a little bit about that yesterday in you know, that is pretty cool. Some mighty fine looking hats. PVM. So we pulled into a place called Sugar Grits along 2nd Street. That's our 2nd Street. We'll find something to eat on their side here. Not a huge fan of grits so far. I've tried it a few times. It must be something you get used to. Anyway, on the other side there was some interesting things which we love. You can get a fried alligator po' boy. So, fried alligator. Can't say I've tried that before. Not that I'll be getting it for breakfast. But yeah, and there's some beignets down here for $7.99. Always good with southern cooking. Fried green tomato. Sides and extras. Here we are at Sugar Grits. And not exactly full. It was one of the breakfast places that Angie looked up because we were looking for breakfast, and there wasn't actually a heck of a lot open, we discovered. So it wasn't a heck of a lot of choice either. So we've ended up here, and yeah, it's pretty good. Now breakfast arrived. There's my cheesy grits, which I'll try. Grits, by the way, is made with corn. I found that out. And we've got some bacon and eggs and things like that, and sausage. And Angie got herself a fluffy omelette, but she got to pick what she wanted in it. So it's got some veggies and bits and pieces in there, and she got some potato and toast. She's happy. Might have been happy with some avocado. I don't think she was happy with that one. So one of the things we're finding is food is not cheap here in America. So that was about $60 American for that meal, including $10 or $9.99 for a cup of coffee.
USD.
Which is a
USD. $15 Australian.
So $15 Australian.
Each.
So about $30 Australian for 2 cups of coffee. So yeah, we're finding some of the things in here in America are costing us a bit. I think due to the exchange rate part of it, but also just the price, I think, of food and everything's really gone up here, as it has in Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a $60 breakfast, and it was pretty simple. Nice. There's nothing wrong with the breakfast. We enjoyed it. Yeah, but expenses are right up there. And as you go along, in between the graffiti, there's some little bits of nuggets of information. Here, I like the story up the top by Abe Schwab, who said that someone stole a pair of shoes. Well, they put shoes out the front, and he put one shoe out. Someone stole it, so he said, "I'm going to catch him by putting the other shoe out there." And he stole the other shoe, so that's why in our show window there's only one shoe to this day. And there's a Schwab over the road there. We just passed that earlier on. We're currently walking on the other side of Beale Street, staying in the sun, trying to keep warm. A nice looking old instrument set. And looked about also in Memphis was the giant guitars along the street, and this is one of them. A Johnny Cash guitar. Over the road there was something about the Daisy, I can't remember what it is, we'll go over and have a look in a minute, that made this place famous. There seem to be a few tour groups around at this stage. We've got a few places that are closed, and so they don't open until the 19th of January, so whether it's a holiday or something, I'm not sure. We've noticed that Beale Street's closed off, so traffic can't go up and down it.
Should go have another look?
Yeah. And what else have we noticed? It's pretty quiet. Not many of the stores. Some of them don't open until about 12 too. So very quiet at this time of day. Rent the Daisy. Weddings, receptions, concerts, private parties, banquets. And this giant guitar looks like it's dedicated to B.B. King. So we're inside the A. Schwab store. I just like some of this old furniture. On the days. And A Schwab is a grocery store and knickknacks and things like that. It has been here a long time, since the 1800s, and it's got an assortment of things in here. We've been here a good half an hour, I think, and we're still looking at things. Now, one of the things when you get to A Schwab that you're supposed to do, apparently, is order yourself an old-fashioned soda, which we're going to do soon. We might try the root beer. They've got a strawberry flavour as well. That could be nice. And you can add a scoop of ice cream, make it a spider, as we call it in Australia. But there it is, all set up. There's there's the Elvis, which is chocolate and peanut butter. And there's some ice creams, things to choose from down here. We love the old-fashioned milkshake makers there. You put 3 of them on there at once. Pretty specky. And you should wander around the shop while I'm waiting here patiently. Jerry Lee Lewis on a shirt, prison shot, and Elvis one too. We're chatting to a couple of blokes that work in a store here, but two ironic things. They don't get snow a heck of a lot here, but they do get snow, but it usually doesn't last long enough. But anyway, they were saying that this sled they've had up here since 2012, no one's bought it yet, so it's become part of the shop fixture these days. And the other thing that was fascinating was that they said that even though they're both Memphis residents, they've never been to Graceland. So we've never been there to have a look. We thought that was quite funny. So we were kindly given by the same young fellow we were chatting to here a drink of, what was this one called? Root beer, made with root beer. Made from scratch, root beer extract with a ton of sugar and so on, and it's made from sarsaparilla, which is up there on the shelves, which is a type of plant. So if you've ever heard in the Western, give me a sarsaparilla or an old movie like that, well, that's what it is. And from there they put it into, make it into a drink. So here it is here, they add a ton of sugar. There's the root beer syrup right there, the ginger ale, it's all made from scratch. Blackberry.
Oh wow.
And this fine young man,
Great.
do you mind appearing on YouTube? All right, what's your name, sir?
Elliot.
Elliot. This fine young man is Elliot.
I didn't do it. I take no blame for it.
All right.
Or blame it all on me. I'll take it.
Elliot has set us all up here with a fine root beer, which we've never had before. Angie and I are liking it a little bit to cola beer back in Australia, but much sweeter and much nicer than that, actually, I think. Much nicer. But all naturally made from plant ingredients, basically.
I make it from fresh fruits, herbs, spices, and I say sugar. And sugar.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of sugar.
Yeah.
So it's all made by this young fella here. So come to A Schwab. There it is up there. Yep, A Schwab. And yeah, grab yourself a fresh
soda.
made old-fashioned soda. This is fantastic. I'm glad we did this.
Now the only thing I had to put into it, I had to put a preservative into it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I don't, it turns into wine.
Yeah.
That's
Blows the
handy.
lids off the jars.
We understand that.
Yeah.
We've made mulberry jam and a few other things like that.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure you put a ton of sugar and
Yeah.
preservatives into there.
Yeah, that's
Same
right.
thing. It turns into a
Yeah.
alcoholic
It's
jam.
good. Still.
Yeah, that's right.
Tastes okay.
Oh, very cool. And you and I have decided to walk to Sun Studios from where we were in Beale. It's possible. It's a bit of a hike, but it wasn't terrible. But
one of the obstacles we've had to face along the way is this stuff.
I think we should cross the road.
Ice and snow. So it's been interesting. We might attempt to cross a double lane highway in America. I'm for personally going on ahead, but let's see what we can do. Alright, we have got a break coming up right now. So we're heading across the road. We know that Sun Studios is just up there. A little bit of a hike, but we're getting there. It's been a bit of an adventure already. So you buy your tickets, about $40 each, was it?
$20 each.
20 bucks each for an hour. There we go. And you bought us some tickets. And here we are inside, ready to do the tour at 3:30. So it should be good.
Well, it's $1,500 a month rental. What I was looking for is, I wanted to have someone else. And so what I'm going to do is rent land and just live in a camper. So let's figure out what the next step is. Oh, it's 4 hours from here. Absolutely. And the company. Better than
the weird period that lasts very long.
So it's also a record shop as well. Called Poplar Tunes on Poplar Ave. Yeah.
It used to be that weird post-fight hangover.
So in 1955, there was an all-girl radio station put together, nation's first all-girl radio station. Sam Phillips sold Elvis's contract, and yeah, started WHER. So how about that?
Like, I was like, oh, I remember loving it. It's delicious. Like, I'm just gonna try some. And like, broke out in hives, like, horribly.
Yeah, but lost Saturday afternoon. She got sick. Something was in that. I wish y'all would have the whole place to myself.
When all hope is lost and worn away, when all poets and priests have lost their words to sway, I will follow your call. I will answer you all. So pray. So pray. we are in front of Sun Studio, and this here door is where, well, Elvis and U2 and quite a few other people have walked through. Ike Turner, Jerry Lee Lewis walked through. The studio's just behind there. We've just done a tour there. I wasn't able to film it. Angie's got plenty of photos that you've just seen. And there's an office and the studio's right behind it. Very simple studio, simple days. But yeah, great little tour, only 20 bucks each. I thoroughly recommend it. We're here inside the Peabody Hotel to watch the ducks, which I will show you later, move from the hotel up the lift to where they go overnight, which is up at the top of the hotel. There's a pen or a place where they stay. So they spend their day swimming around the duck pond here or around the waterfall here, and apparently, yeah, make their way up in the afternoon. I'll show you what they look like. So hopefully you can see them. They're swimming in that water feature over there. And as you can see, quite a crowd of people gather for this event. We are moving of the ducks. The guys at the end have got the elevator open, ready for them. And they're getting the steps out, ready for the ducks to go.
It sits at the Delta, right here, in the lobby of the Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee, and it is on Capriccio Grill in Pittsburgh. Then out by a long shot, so if you get an opportunity, go up to the mezzanine level and check out our memorabilia room. If you go in there, you'll see a collection of names and faces, souvenirs of decades past. My favorite is a phrase memo from Mr. Gary Bell, managing partner of the hotel, to the food and beverage director who's trying to get
And your attention, please. Welcome to the historic Peabody Hotel. At the center of the grand lobby, the point where the Mississippi Delta has been said to begin, stands the classic Peabody fountain, carved from one piece of Italian travertine marble. Although famous in its own right, the fountain is better known the world over because of its residents. If I may direct your attention to the fountain now, you will witness a tradition begun in the 1930s at the South Grand Hotel, an experience uniquely yours as a guest of the Peabody. Preparing to return to their penthouse on Route 4 tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the march of the world-famous Peabody Ducks.
So after a bit of hoo-ha, the
Legend of the Ducks. Hopefully you can read that. A bit of a reflection. $11 a.m. and 5 p.m. every day. March them up and down. We've decided to eat in at the Peabody at the Capriccio Grill Italian Steakhouse. And yep, they found a table for us, which is nice. We've got wines on this side and we've got the dinner menu on this side. Ooh, Angie's thinking about starting with soup, I think, to warm up. A huge servings come out. So this is our mushroom ravioli. Our salad's been split in two, which was nice of them to share. And over there's a Mediterranean pizza with chicken and avocado and all sorts of yummy things. And there's a hungry wife about to eat it all. I might start with the ravioli. And we'd like to thank the Peabody and Raymond for giving us a happy anniversary duck. And we'd like you to know, Raymond, if you ever watch this video, that you're the only mob that has. We've told a few people that it's our anniversary and a few places, and you have actually given us something which was very cute. It's a Peabody duck. It's made of white chocolate and he's got some chocolate mousse inside him. Very cute. You can blow the candle out. I'll film you. Happy anniversary, Mum. So this is the fountain that the ducks were in only a little while ago. Very cute. It says no coins, no food, no petting. And over here is some more Lansky Brothers stuff. Taylor to the King. We've got some great looking stuff. Elvis's wedding jacket. Some blue suede slippers. No, blue suede shoes, I think. They got some unique looking things here. It's certainly something that if you had a disposable income, you'd probably quite happily come here and have some fun buying some suits and shirts by the same tailor who dressed the king. I like the silver jacket there, that's a beauty. There's 40% off. It's a bargain. It's the lift. This is the lift area. I like the fancy letterbox. And we got a ghost pianist entertaining us. So this is where we were this morning, Beale Street, as you might imagine, in the cold. It's pretty dead. In fact, the guy was telling us today from Schwab, Elliot Schwab, we found out his name, so a descendant of A. Schwab, was saying that it's pretty dead now, and yeah, a lot of the businesses take a bit of a holiday until about February. That explains why it's pretty quiet and half the shops are closed. So we don't know these things, of course. We're just tourists. Two Aussies walking down Beale Street in Memphis, Tennessee. We can still hear some music happening, and some of the bars are open. But yeah, I could imagine on a hot summer Memphis night, this place really rocking, full of people drinking and eating. It'd be quite big. Be huge. So Angie and I are braving the cold just so we can bring you back some footage of Beale Street at night.
If I can turn back, please, darling, turn back.
There's a band in there playing, pumping out the tunes. I love how they've got a monitor out in the street so you can hear them advertising. And yeah, even though it might be a quiet night here in the Delta Blues, it's something we've never done before. Wander up and down Memphis. And we've got a statue here of the father of the blues, William Christopher Handy. Oh, there we go. W.C. Handy. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Here we are, freezing in 2-degree weather, with a shot of Beale Street and home of the blues, Beale Street. There we go. Hope you appreciate it. My hand's probably shaking. There we go. Time for us to head back to the warmth of the Peabody and catch a taxi home. Probably an Uber, actually.